Okay, so today's opener was actually from yesterday, but we're going to go ahead and review it today. So today's opener covered what we learned last week. You're going to need to remember what we learned last week, how to simplify square roots, in order to do the next lesson, adding and subtracting square roots. So let's take a look at the first three here. We have the square root of 27. I want to simplify the square root of 27. So what's the first thing I need to do? Darius? Correct. So what are my factors of 27?
9 and 3.
Okay, keep going.
And then for 9, I do 3 and 3.
And then what do I do with those factors, Darius?
And then you put equal sign, then put your square root.
Very good.
And 3 times 3.
Okay, so that was all of step 1 for simplifying square roots. Step 2, I then do what, Imagine? I circle my pairs. Step 3, Jemiah? What do you do with your factor pairs? So it cancels, becomes a single factor in the coefficient. Then what do I have left under that square root sign yet, Jemiah?
3.
A 3. And there's your final answer, because you can't simplify anything there. So what you guys did, you took those double 3s and you multiplied them together. So remember, it becomes a single factor on the outside, and then whatever's left on the inside stays on the inside. Get your opener up from yesterday. All right, so if you messed up, make sure you fix it. All right, let's take a look at our second one here. Now we have the square root of 75. What are my factors for 75? What two numbers can I multiply together to get 75?
3 and 25.
So 3 and 25. 3 is prime, so I'm going to circle it. What are my factors for 25, Rihanna?
5 and 5.
And these are both prime, so I'm going to circle.
Put your equal sign in your square root. Then put 3, multiply 5, multiply 5. And
Okay, from here, Jemiah, what do I do?
second your pairs.
Isaiah, now what?
You cross out the 5. Now you want to do 3 to square. 5 to square root of 3.
Good. So what Isaiah said, that second 5 is going to cancel with our square root sign. It's going to move to a single number on the outside. And then whatever's left under that square root that's not a pair stays under that square root. So your answer is going to be 5 square root 3. So if you missed it, make sure you fix it. Okay. If you have it right, flip over to the back side. Now you have the square root of 600. I'm going to give a couple of people are fixing it. So look at your factor pairs. Make sure that you're moving the correct ones to the coefficient and you're leaving the other ones as the radicand. You will have a square root in this next problem. Got it? Okay. So now we have the square root of 600. What two numbers can I use to multiply together to get 600? Ayance?
6 and
Okay, keep going.
which one? The thing of the dispute. 3 times 6. And then under the 100, 10 times 2. And then under there, 2 and 5. And 2 and 5 and 8.
Now what?
Square root.
Equals.
Equal sign, then square root. 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 3.
Wait. You want them in order. So 2 times 2 times
2
times.
3
There you go.
times 5 times 5.
Okay, perfect. All right, Devontae, now what do I do? What do I do now, bud? Okay, so I have my prime numbers up here under the square root sign. And then what do I do with these prime numbers under my square root sign? Yeah, what are my pairs there? And 5s. All right, so that's step 2. Step 3, what do I do with these factor pairs now? Beyonce?
Cancel
And they go where?
in the front.
So they cancel, become a single number, and the coefficient. So it's 2 times 5, square root sign. What's still under my Radican? 2 times 3. Then my last step here is going to be simplify. So simplify your coefficient. What's 2 times 5? And simplify your Radican. How many of you guys got that one right? Good.
You have a haul. Or cough drop.
Yeah, you'll have to wait just a second. All right, if you missed it, fix it. We got it? All right, last one. Now, I threw this one at you guys because you're going to have to identify what like terms are. So Brendan already told us basically what like terms are here. Like terms are where you have something in common. Well, if you look, we have coefficients with something in common. What's the thing that's in common with 2 of my coefficients here?
3A and 5.
Yeah, so we're going to combine those. So we're going to take 3a plus 5a, which equals...
8A.
Okay, so then what do we have left over here that we can't combine with anything?
So it's gonna be plus 4.
Yeah, so just plus 4b. And that's going to be in simplest form. So that's going to be our final answer. So make sure you have it and you have it boxed. And go ahead and pass that back to Mr. McFarland.